very interesting new trend of the combination of tourism with astronomy or food tourism, or our panel is going to probably clarify for us the terminology. But the first thing we probably need to do is, for many of you, introduce UNWTO, because I know that UNWTO is still not well known at large in terms of what is it that we do. UNWTO is the acronym that responds to the United Nations World Tourism Organization. That is we use the English acronym, although in Spanish we refer to it as OMT. Actually, UNWTO was established the 27th of September of 1970 out of a predecessor organization, which was the International Union of Official Travel Organizations, that met in Mexico City and decided to convert that organization into an intergovernment organization. And then it became WTO. But later on, many of you know that there was a new WTO established, right? The World Trade Organization. And in order not to confuse them, we decided to rename our WTO into UNWTO. So that is a bit of the story. That is the General Assembly in Mexico City that gave birth to the current UNWTO. And that's why 27 September 1970, we still celebrate every year World Tourism Day on the 27th of September, because that was the day in which the institutes of the organization were approved. Now, the other interesting thing, particularly for Spain, is that the first General Assembly of this newly created, or transformed, if you want, organization met in Madrid in 1975 and decided to establish the headquarters of this new organization in Spain, in Madrid, hosted by the Spanish government. And it is currently the only United Nations specialized agency which is headquartered in Spain. You know that most of them are either in Geneva, of course, in New York, in Vienna, in Rome, in Paris, but Madrid is the one that hosts the World Tourism Organization. It was then in 2003 where it was formally established, or it formally became part of the United Nations system. A system which is very complex. And I am using this slide, which you probably can't read, and that is the purpose, that you don't read it, so that you just realize how complex the United Nations system is. But I have included a red circle in there, so that you at least identify where we sit within this complexity of the United Nations system, made up of programs, made up of units, made up of foundations, and a number of different things. But that is where UNWTO sits. And of course, who are we? A unique global forum for tourism policies and issues. Our main objectives are written in there, so I'm not going to read them for you. But that, the main purpose, obviously, is the promotion and the development of tourism. But not at any price. The promotion of the development of tourism in a responsible, in a conscious, in a sustainable manner, which is what our society needs. Now, the organization, as Yolanda explained before, has its governing bodies, of course. The most important governing body is the General Assembly that meets every 2 years. This year we had General Assembly in the month of September in the city of Medellin, in Colombia. Below the General Assembly we have the Executive Council that meets twice a year, and members, our member states, elect the member states that are going to represent them in the Executive Council. And then, of course, we have the General Secretariat, where we all work in Madrid. Actually, the General Assembly is made up of 156 full members, as we call them, which are governments. Then we have this peculiarity that Yolanda explained before. We are the unique specialized agency in the United Nations system that has also this category of affiliate members, where the non-governmental sector can play an active role institutionally also as affiliate members of the organization. We have associate members, which are non-independent, non-full sovereign territories, and we have the two classical observers in any UN agency, which are the Holy See and Palestine. In the Executive Council, we have one representative for every 5 countries, so we right now have 32 members of our Executive Council, and of course, the Secretariat is mainly organized in a sort of matrix structure with regional programs, which are dealing with the different regions of the world, and operational programs in different fields, in different areas. For instance, our Member Relations Program divides the world in different regions: Africa, Americas, Asia and the Pacific, Europe, and the Middle East, and of course the Secretariat of the affiliate members as well, which is the one that Yolanda is leading. As far as technical cooperation, we have a specific program devoted to technical cooperation so that it can assist mainly developing countries with projects that could help them in bringing tourism as part of an eradication of poverty and improving people's lives. And of course, all our operational programs, mainly sustainable development of tourism, statistics and satellite accounts, which is very important for us to measure exactly the magnitude of tourism and what it truly represents. Communications and publications, tourism trends and marketing strategies, where we try to identify and forecast, and I'm going to give you some data that emanates from that, where tourism is headed in terms of trends. Institutional and corporate relations has a lot to do with how do we relate with other institutions within the UN system, like the World Bank, like the International Monetary Fund, like UNESCO, like the World Health Organization, like FAO, like many other institutions to which tourism is intimately related. Destination management and quality standards, ethics and social responsibility, very important area when we talk about a field, a sector which is growing so dramatically, how we ensure that that growth is actually done in a responsible manner. And it abides by the Code of Ethics of Tourism, which was approved back in 1999 in our General Assembly of Chile. And finally, UNWTO Tennis Foundation, which is based in Andorra, with the very strong support of the government of Andorra, and is in charge of our educational and training activities.